All right.
Yo, what's good, Durham City fam again?
We're back.
We're
We're back. Yo, shout out
back.
again. Shout out to all my peoples in the Caribbean, man. Ajax, Oshawa, and Bowmanville. She was Bowmanville in Durham, bro.
It is, bro. Even I
Yeah.
think even it's
Clarington,
cold. Yeah.
Curtis. I'm just shouting
Yo,
out all Durham people out here.
yo, is Scarborough Durham?
Nah, Scarborough's Toronto still. Scarborough's Toronto. Unfortunately, we can't include them. Unfortunately, we can't include them. Sorry.
Only East End.
Yeah, we're all the way
East.
out east then. Yeah, exactly.
It was good. Your boy Denver, right? We're back for another week 4. As usual, sprinkle of NBA, some NFL as well. Um, you know, coming at you from different parts of always Ontario. So I'm on Ottawa today, but I'm still here. We're still kicking it. We're still doing another episode.
Yeah, man. We just trying to stay consistent, you know. So basically we no matter where we are, no matter how far we are, we still gonna get these episodes out to you, man, because just trying to be
I
consistent.
appreciate some of the new views. Let's see, we have like at least 5 or 6 downloads on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That's pretty good. Hey,
Okay, that's
next few
lit.
weeks, hopefully we can double that. Shoot, man, it's crazy.
That's
6 people in the
lit.
world that listen to our podcast. Let's go.
Yo, man, we gotta start off somewhere, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yo, gotta start
yo,
small, yo.
exactly. We start small, and then we keep building. That six gonna turn to so much more, bro.
Exactly. Let's go. Let's start it off. You want to start off with a little bit of NBA?
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So, how do you feel? Because I wanted to kind of just open it up with like, because I know we kind of have an idea, or we kind of have like some picks as to who's going to be in the finals this year. Looking at like, because I had a pick for the Lakers in Brooklyn, to be in the finals for this year. The Lakers didn't win a preseason game whatsoever. So how are they looking in your eyes? Like, what do you feel about them?
I think they'll be fine like midway to the season. I think to me, they're gonna be a playoff team. So like as usual, when you bring a new collection of stars, everyone's always panicking at the start, saying, "Oh, they're not winning game. There's no chemistry." But it takes a while. Like Russell Westbrook has a certain style of play. He's got to figure out how that can gel with LeBron and AD together, as well as the offensive system. Like, you know what I mean? So they run a offensive system as well, where they look to look at AD down low first, a lot of pick and roll with LeBron as well. So they kind of got to fit him in. He might play a lot of off ball. That's going to be interesting to me because you have Westbrook who handles the ball most of the time, but then you got LeBron too. So who's the point? So I guess they can flip flop. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting because I don't think Westbrook is as effective off the ball like as a spot up shooter.
Nope.
So they might have to take turns, kind of like how in Brooklyn, how like Harden takes turns with Durant and Kyrie. So it might have to be something similar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, just watching the games. I mean, their most recent one against Sacramento, I'm like, okay, they were kind of gelling, for the first 3 quarters of the game. Unfortunately, they couldn't bring it out to get the W, but they seem that again, it seems to be a slow progress for them. Like you said, they may not get into the type of basketball that they want to play until mid-season for them. Right now, they're just really figuring things out. I mean, again, there's just a whole bunch of new pieces on that squad, and again, it's all big names, So you obviously, of course, you're gonna have all the expectations in the world for them, but because they are so new, and trying to figure each other out, it's gonna be they're gonna have their ups, they're gonna have their downs, man. So it's definitely interesting to see. I mean, Russell, man, I'm a Russell Westbrook fan, bro. Like, I'm a Russell Westbrook fan, and it's hard to sometimes be completely, like, it's hard to defend him all the time because people try to get at him as being a turnover type of guy, plays too wild, kind of plays selfish, wants to always needs the ball in his hands. It's not a great 3-point shooter. You hear it all at Russell, man. Sometimes has a bad attitude. You hear it all. But like, I feel like somehow with LeBron, they're going to make it work. If it's anyone that Russ is going to defer to, it has to be LeBron. And that's how it's all going to really come together. And somehow it's going to work out. That's me on that. So we'll really see.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine. Like, I don't understand like why like the media always like panics like when there's new like collection of teams. Like last year with Brooklyn was the same thing, with Durant and Kyrie before Harden came. Like after he got traded from Houston, they were panicking. Oh, like Kyrie can't play with Durant, and then they were good. By the time even Harden came, they went back to chemistry zero and had to redevelop that chemistry with Harden. So I feel like it's the same scenario. Like we can go back to like how many super teams like that we can talk about where they had to gel. Miami Heat, with Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James. It took them like midway through the season till they actually gelled. It's the same thing. It's always going to be, panic at the start, but I think they'll be fine. In the playoffs, though, you're going Brooklyn against Lakers, eh? In the
Yeah,
finals.
that's my pick there. Um, I don't see the finals any other way, man. And that's going to be the greatest for TV ratings this year, especially since this past finals, I wouldn't say it was as blockbuster as it didn't bring in the amount of fans that the NBA probably wanted it to. You know, Lakers, Brooklyn. I mean, like what more noise can like can you make from that? You know what I'm saying? Like that's just gonna bring in all like their viewership is just gonna go like up all
Yeah,
the
through
way, but
the,
yeah, through the roof. So yeah, I
uh,
mean that's how I'm feeling. I mean, especially the way that the both of them are built. I don't see the finals any other way. But again, there's injuries in basketball, so we'll really see how it goes. What about you? What's your finals looking like?
um, I, I'm not sure if Kyrie's going to be there the whole full season. So I don't know what his situation is, but I mean, let's say I take the route that Kyrie won't be there in the playoffs or he won't be 100%. Like Brooklyn's always a question mark to me. I feel like Brooklyn should be the favorite, but I think I might take Milwaukee coming back and winning the East again.
Mm,
Um, I want to go Milwaukee. Who in the West, man? The West, man. Clippers are unknown. Oh man, I think I'm gonna go Lakers, Bucks.
okay, all right.
Lakers, Bucks. I have Giannis coming back and definitely repeating as the Eastern Division final.
Mhm.
And yeah, I feel like they're still underrated even though they won a championship.
Yeah, definitely underrated. And again, it's because you have juggernauts like Brooklyn. Even if they are without Kyrie, you got James Harden and you got Kevin Durant. That's a deadly duo. They got Blake Griffin. They got pieces around them that could definitely, you know, bring them to the top of the East. But again, like you said, you can't discount Milwaukee. They did win a championship. Giannis looks like he's really developing. If you've been looking at his preseason games, he's really been um, playing well. He's really developed a shot, I'd say. Um, he's really just pulling up in man's faces like now. So and he's draining them, like just pulling up threes, like pull up little jumpers here and there. I'm like, all right, okay. Like I see you. This man's gonna be unstoppable, like, as he further progresses. So yeah, cannot discount Milwaukee at all, man.
Yeah, the East is going to be a jumble of teams. Obviously, I would love for Raptors to be in that mix too, but realistically, it might come down to like um, Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Philly. Ben Simmons he's finally back, so it might be between those three teams, and then maybe like a bunch of other teams jumbled in, like Atlanta, Toronto, Chicago. Um, so I feel like those will be the top 5, 6 teams coming out of the East this year. So we'll see. It should be interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely excited. I think the season starts the 19th, so that's soon.
Yeah, so we're gonna have more to talk about, man, as we get to those week season games. Um, Yeah. So let's switch it up a little bit then, I guess. Let's get into a little bit of NFL and recap the previous week's games that we had made predictions on. Um, we had our little bets. Do you remember
We
the
picked.
five? Yeah, do you remember the five teams that the five games that we picked, bro? Because I think I remember, but you should let me know if I'm wrong. Let
Okay.
me wait a minute. Let me get ESPN up here. Let me get ESPN.
Bro, I picked 5 games, so for sure someone had to win.
Someone's gonna be the winner. Someone's gonna be the winner this week, man.
Hey, yo,
I
y'all
know
know it's gonna be. You know
whoever
it's gonna be me.
whoever's been following us, bro. Like they're probably like, wow, these guys have been tying like every week. What's wrong with them? Like,
We're duking it out. It's still a tie right now. So let's see who's gonna be up this
all right.
week.
So
Who do you have?
week five, I think we chose Browns and the Chargers for one game. I think we picked Packers and the Bengals. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Making sure you remember, eh? I think we picked Eagles and the Panthers. We picked Eagles and the Panthers. So that's 3 games. What else did we pick? Did we pick Broncos and the Steelers? Do you remember that?
Ooh.
I don't know if
Yeah.
we picked.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Okay, so we picked that, and we picked Bills and the Chiefs. So those are the 5 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So let's start off with Browns and the Chargers, and you already know I won that because I picked the Chargers, you picked the Browns. 47-42. What a shootout, bro. Did you watch that game? I think you did watch the game. We were texting each other during
Yeah.
that time, yo. That was
Uh,
Thanksgiving Sunday. So I was a little occupied with the family, but I was trying to make sure I had the game on. So I checked it periodically, watch the highlights later. I'm like, yo, one of the greatest like NFL games have been so good this year, bro. Like,
yeah, they've been
damn,
tight games down to the last possession. I was so
exactly.
cheesed. I was texting back where I was like, yo, we got you. And I was like, oh shit.
Like, you thought what you got us, but you did it. Yo, bro, when I say there's so many games that could nominate as game of the year, bro, it's not even funny. But yeah, this game is definitely up there. I mean, where I was thinking it really just came down to who had the possession of the ball last. Um, I believe Cleveland had it last, but they didn't have that much time on the clock. Chargers tried to hold it for the final possession, but unfortunately, I believe
They
they
scored.
scored accidentally. Yeah, Austin Eckler was trying to take a knee like at the 1 yard line, right? But then he got caught up in a pile, and the Browns defense, which they were pretty smart, they pushed him into the end zone to make sure that okay, we still have some time on the clock. They don't run the clock out, and they have the last possession. But unfortunately, due to so little time being on the clock, Cleveland couldn't bring it down the field in enough time to get the one up on the Chargers. So again, yeah, 47-42. Just a real back and forth, man. I've never seen Baker play so well. Be such a consistent passer, and like he was throwing dots. And then you already know Justin Herbert, man. That man is just, again, I've been saying it previous weeks. One of the great young stars in our league. He has great connection with Keenan Allen, great connection with Mike Williams, man. Those are two top wide receivers, probably one of the best wide receiver duos in the NFL. Um, yeah, neither defense could stop either team, so it was just points, man. If you loved offense, then this was your game. What was your take?
Yeah, that was my take is similar. I was obviously going for the Browns, but like you said, like when I saw it was a shootout, I'm like, damn. I'm like, which QB like do you trust more in a shootout? Obviously at this point it'd be Justin Herbert. Baker Mayfield, he didn't play bad though. I'm surprised. Like even after the game, like some the media or some of the fans that kind of flipped it and said, "Oh, he's not finding Beckham enough. He didn't target Odell enough. Like Odell should get traded. Baker Mayfield, they kind of make it seem like he played bad. Like I was like, huh? Like his numbers were good. Like what are people talking about? What are they, like? Well, just a shootout. I would take more onus on the defense. Like I would be putting blame on the defense rather than looking for stories about why didn't he target Beckham enough. But yeah, it was a tight game, shootout. Um, I definitely when Eckler scored and they pushed in the end zone, I thought this gives us a chance to win, but not enough time on the clock. And yeah, like it was an interesting game. Like I'm really surprised because the Browns defense is pretty stout, to be honest. Like Miles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, I think he didn't play that game. I think he was out of that game. But still, like with the defense they have and the pieces they have around, like they should never give up 47 points, even to the Chargers. I know like the Chargers have a high-powered offense, but I mean, still like they're leaning on their defense and they're leaning on Baker to be a game manager. You know what I mean? So they're not leaning on him to put up like monster stats every game. I feel like their game plan is for him to be more of a game manager. So he's, he pulled up more than that last week. But I feel like if they want to have a chance in the playoffs, I think they'll still make the playoffs for sure. But they're gonna have to play a lot better on defense. So I think, their defensive line has to play a lot better. Secondary for sure. You can't give up 47 points. And so I say they have to play a lot better on defense for them to have a chance in the playoffs. But yeah, you got me on that one. You got me on that one. That was a tight game. That was a toss up though.
It
That was a
was.
tough game to choose.
Yeah, it was because I was getting scared, bro. Like when I tell you I was sweating bullets a little bit, I was sweating, bro. It really got down to the wire, and it was like it's a good point that you brought up about you know them the media getting down on Baker and talking about that whole Odell Beckham situation. Um, I think that's becoming a distraction because you already know how Odell Beckham is. He's a big personality, an NFL star, and you know this man is supposed to be your wide receiver, no, like one, right? Your top target, right? Um, but the way that Baker Mayfield plays is he loves his tight ends. Like he loves in Joku, like he loves Austin Hooper. Like those guys, he'll target like those are his top wide receivers in the game. You know what I'm saying? So due to the way Baker plays, unfortunately, it's causing the media to kind of raise some red flags and you know um, basically, when you're also only targeting your tight ends, you're going to be, pretty limited as well in terms of pushing the ball down the field. You're not going to have tight ends being deep threats or anything like that. So maybe Odell Beckham could be traded. I think that's foreseeable within this NFL season. I feel, unless they switch up the game plan and Baker targets Odell, a ton more, because I believe he only had like 2 catches in this game, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's around 2 catches.
Yeah, and I mean that's ridiculous. I mean I would be a little disgruntled if I'm supposed to be the top guy and I'm only getting 2 catches. That doesn't look too good, and especially in a shootout like this, I could have contributed. So 2 catches is not good at all. And then comparing that to like David and Njoku, is Baker's tight end, he had 7 catches for 149 yards. Pretty good, but you don't really see tight ends with those types of numbers frequently. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this doesn't seem like the type of system for Odell, and I could definitely see them trading him within the season.
Yeah, to me, their offense. If you look at the running backs they have, with Nick Chubb, and with the tight ends they have, they're going to be a running team, play action, tight ends, hit the tight ends. Like they're gonna be a ball dominant team. Like I don't see them taking deep shots down the field like the Chargers. I don't think that's their MO. I think they're run the ball, play action, control the clock. So yeah, I don't think that's the right system for him. I think he needs to be with a QB or an offense that likes to pass the ball a lot, like LA Rams. Like he'd be a good fit out there since he likes to be in LA a lot. And so Or even the Raiders, like Derek Carr likes to sling the rock. So I think he needs to be with a QB that's dropping back, throwing the ball 40 times a game, looking for his receivers down the field. I think that's an offense that more suits Odell.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm hoping that he kind of, gets into a system like that because it's just wasted talent, on the Browns. Yeah. So I guess we'll get to the next game in our predictions here. So Bills and the Chiefs. I lost that because I picked the Chiefs. Um, damn. I want to hear your take on the game and then I'll give my take.
I know I chose Buffalo, eh?
Yeah, you did. You did. You won that. So we're 1-1.
Hey. Yeah, because the game was in Buffalo. It was
It
in
was
Kansas
in
City.
Kansas City. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge W. Yeah, Chiefs are weird. Like I said last year, like they're gonna still win a lot of games, but like to be honest, like I don't know, something is weird. Like their defense is like something's up with their defense this year. Like they're always a bend but don't break defense. Um, and so they're like a team that they're gonna give up, a lot of yards, a lot of rushing yards and passing yards, but they were never gonna let the team to score. So they always have a goal line stand, especially with the defensive playmakers they have, like Tyrann Mathieu. And so, yeah, I'm still surprised how their defense is playing. Like, I knew that Josh Allen and the Bills are more of a team that was, on a hot streak. Um, Man, if the Bills get home field advantage, they're gonna be hard to beat in Buffalo in the winter. It's gonna get cold in Buffalo. If they get home field advantage, it's gonna be a problem. But yeah, Josh Allen was really good. They had the game, to me, like they had a good intensity from the start of the game. Um, and yeah, I wasn't surprised, but I know the media surprised. And so yeah, the Bills played great on offense. I feel like they had the better game plan going in terms of controlling the clock and executing their offense. So I definitely think the Bills are going to be a team that are going to be hard to beat this year, and they might win. There's 17 games this year, so they'll win 13, 14 games this year for sure. And yeah, the Chiefs look out of sync. Mahomes he's still going to be Mahomes, but like something's not right up there in Kansas City. I don't know how to explain it, but they'll get it fixed. But yeah, they're definitely having a weird season.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Playing in Buffalo, I don't think anyone's gonna want to play in Buffalo this year. But again, just the fact that Buffalo was able to win on the road in Kansas City, that's just such a huge win. Um, Patrick Mahomes, I feel like teams are kind of figuring out, how to lock down Tyreek Hill and his connection that he has with Patrick Mahomes. Um, the teams are really playing a lot of too high safeties, to kind of blanket Tyreek Hill so that that deep threat is completely annihilated, eliminated, and then you know Patrick Mahomes seemed to have been getting there was a little bit of pressure on him as well. If you have that, that's definitely going to work. Um, so yeah, I mean, Buffalo had just the right game plan against Patrick, and man, I chose wrong. But like, who would have thought? I mean, there were so many that probably would have, if this was like last year's Kansas City Chiefs, so many would have probably just, been on the Chiefs bandwagon. Now, it's really a toss up with the Chiefs, man. You can't just pick them blindly, to win every game this season. They're really not the same team that they were, and it's kind of sad to see they're on a little bit of decline, man. We'll see how the rest of the season goes for them, but the record is what, 2-3. It's not looking so good,
Yeah,
man.
two and three.
Disappointing.
Yeah, it's 1-1, fam.
Yep. Yes,
1-1, it's
sir.
all even.
It's all even, but watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Next one's gonna be a W, all right?
What's the next
One's gonna
game?
be a W. All right, never mind. This one's not a W still. Eagles and the Panthers. That's two. It's
Yo.
2-1 for you.
I
Man, that
told you
one,
about my boy Jalen Hurts.
man. And what did I say last week? I said, yo, if the Eagles end up winning, bro, that's gonna hurt my heart because I'm a Jalen Hurts fan. And it really did hurt. Like I was happy for them, I was proud, but like at the end of the day, I'm like, damn, this little competition that we have is not gonna look so good for me. you know. But yeah, Eagles, I mean, they weren't playing too well in the beginning of the game. It took them a while to really get into things. It seems, Eagles are kind of known for starting off slow. I mean, I noticed that in the game against Tampa Bay, where they almost made a little comeback against Tampa Bay this past Thursday game. But yeah, if you're watching the games, man, you're seeing they really take a while to get it going. They take a while to kind of figure things out. Jalen misses a couple throws here and there, but one thing about Jalen Hurts is he doesn't have like a quitting bone in his body. Like he doesn't like sit and sulk. Like he figures things out and he gets better as the game goes on. And again, that's why I'm a huge fan of this guy, and I believe he's going to be great one day. He's going to be a winner. Um, and yeah, basically he was able to bring out that game against the Panthers. Sam Darnold, man, I mean, if he just wasn't so much of a turnover machine, they probably would have won. But Sam Darnold had to throw what, like two? Did he throw 2, 3 picks? Like, I'm cheesed about this guy.
I think he threw two.
Yeah, he threw two. So I was cheesed about that, bro. I'm like, yo, this guy, like, is this guy serious? But yeah, like you can't throw 2, 3 picks a game, man, and expect to win a game. Especially when you have a hot young team like the Eagles on that you're facing against, basically any NFL team in general. I mean, you can't turn over the ball because it's going to give them an opportunity to give the next team an opportunity to win. So that's basically what happened. And yeah, Jalen, man, relying on his legs and a little bit of his arm, man, like he's going to make things happen. So yeah, that's what happened there. Proud of Eagles, but sad about this loss in our competition here.
Yeah, to me, it's all about matchups. Like, I feel like I think I said last week the Panthers are a little overrated. Like everyone's like, oh, they're a team on the rise and they could make the playoffs. They still could, but I mean, I think they'll be similar to like 9-7, or maybe since there's 17 games now, like 9-8, or maybe 10 wins. But I don't think they're like a dominant team. I think they're too new. Like they still need another year or two to develop to be that dominant team. And so I definitely chose the Eagles because I feel like Jalen Hurts he's like you said, he's a player that's gonna fight. They're gonna start slow. Even like last night, they lost it to Tampa Bay, but on Thursday night, but it was a close game. Like at first, it looked like it was gonna be a blow up, but it ended up being a close game. And I feel like the Panthers game was similar. Like, they're gonna start slow. Jalen Hurts is gonna do his thing. He's gonna put up stats. He's gonna run the ball. He's gonna extend the pocket, make plays outside the pocket, and he's gonna do his thing. So I think it depends on the team they're playing. Because I don't know who they're playing next week, so I have to see. But definitely, I think they're gonna win 8 or 9 games this year. Their offense is gonna play pretty well. I like the receivers that they have, Jalen Rager, and the chemistry they have, as well. Let's target his tight ends. I know they traded Zach Ertz last night as
Mm-mm.
well. We
Yeah.
could talk about that a little bit of it. That I was a little surprised, like, what? Like, you need that weapon. But they said they believe in Dallas Goddard. And so they have a good group of tight ends. But I feel like Zach Ertz is a weapon that was going to help them win games. So, I mean, I don't really get that. But if it's going to make Zach Ertz, I think he was looking for a contract extension. So they didn't want to pay him. So they traded him to the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes the Cardinals even stronger, which is crazy. But yeah, they have like you say, similar to the Browns a little bit. Like he has to target his tight ends a lot, especially in the red zone. But he has a good group of receivers that are developing, some good tight ends. So I feel like based on the matchup of the team they play, I might choose them a lot this year, to be honest. But yeah, I knew he was gonna win. I knew Sam Darnold was gonna throw picks. He's coming from my Jets, so I knew that was gonna happen. And yeah, so I mean, I'll pick Jalen Hurts a lot to win games, based on the team they're playing.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. Yeah, definitely Philly's looking good. Man, like I don't know, it was a bittersweet feeling, just seeing Zach Ertz going to Arizona. Um, it would have been helpful to have him still on the team and have that two tight end set with Dallas Goddard and Zach Ertz. I mean, I feel like the both of them would be more effective, than just having Dallas Goddard. I mean, having the two tight ends, man, it's just another big target for Jalen Hurts. I also like the connection that he's building with Devontae Smith and as well Quez Watkins. Quez
Oh
Watkins
yeah,
is a little bit of a surprise for me, man. Like who's seen him coming really? This man's like I just thought of him as a speedster. But I mean he's making clutch catches. He's proven to be a reliable target for Jalen. That connection I see it's really building, and Jalen has some trust in that, and it's good to see, man. That could be a dangerous combination for years to come. So we can watch that develop, and it's going to be exciting.
2-1 fam. I'm
2-1 for you. All right.
taking score everybody 2-1, 2-1. See
Jeez,
this
jeez.
2-1.
All right, we'll see what I'll go on here. Let's see what the next game is that we made a bet on here. So the next one was Packers and the Bengals. Remember that one? Yeah, so it's 2-2. It's all tied up. You already know Packers and the Bengals. And that was another close game, man. It's like we said last week, man. It was really a toss-up. Game went to
Bro,
overtime.
that game was crazy. Then each kicker missed like 5 field goals in a row. I was like, bro, they're trying to give you the game. I'm like, nah, we won this game. This game should have been over. I
Bruh.
was like, what the hell's going on?
Yo,
That game was wild, man.
a lie. Like I honestly don't get how you like, and it wasn't just like I feel like the both of like the both teams are trying to give each other the game because Max Crosby and or Crosby and the other kicker's name on thing, like they were both missing kicks left, right, and center. So I'm just like, I don't know what was in the like if the ball was a little deflated or something, or I don't know, like the wind was just really kicking that day. I have no idea, but like they were just both missing field goals. Like it was terrible. Um, but yeah, such a shocking game. A lot of emotions ran high in that game. Three misses, right? For the field goals back and forth. Um, but Packers brought it out in OT, and yeah, that's a W for me, man. I don't have really much to say about that, because I didn't get to watch the highlights for that game or get to watch it personally. I just, saw it ESPN, on a little ticker there. I'm like, all right, we brought it out. There we go. So that was
Yeah, it was a tight game. Burrow played good. Rogers played good. But I call this scenario correct. Last week I said the game was going to come down to the last possession, which was the Bengals, and then they missed the kick. And so, I mean, I kind of call it scenario right. I knew that game was going to be a very close game, like a one possession game or a field goal game. Two good teams. The Bengals are going to be good this year. They're going to make the playoffs. Same with the Packers. So to me, it was kind of like two playoff teams that are in opposite conferences playing each other. So I knew it was going to be a great game. I expected it to be a tight game. And both QBs played well. Both defense played pretty well as well. It just, those games like that are toss-ups, coin toss games. And so it could have been easily been the Bengals winning easily. But yeah, I mean, you got the 2-2. Got the 2-2. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. I'll give you
yeah,
that one.
you already
So
know,
the
man.
rest of, what's the tiebreaker? What's
Now,
the tiebreaker?
let's see what the tiebreaker game was. What game did we choose again, bro? I'm struggling to find the next game. Did
Was it
we?
Broncos Steelers? Or was it the Ravens? Was it Raven? Nah.
No, I don't think we made the bets on those games. we gave our predictions on those games, but we didn't have that in the 5 game selection though. Why do I think it was the Cardinals and the 49ers? It's not that though, is it?
Nah. We chose that as a prediction for a prediction. Oh no, not a prediction. As
Wow,
like we
I
just talked
lost the
about it.
game, bro. Wow,
Bro, I threw it was Broncos Steelers because I know I won that.
my memory is
I
trash.
know. I
It's
thought it was Broncos
not
Steelers.
Broncos Steelers because
And
I watched our last podcast and I remember that the Broncos Steelers were one of the later games that we were talking about. So it's not that one. Not that one. I know it's not that one because if it was, I'm like, I know I lost, but it's not that one.
yeah, I exactly that.
Shoot, what game is it, bro?
Yeah, yo,
Tripping.
tell me the game. Tell me the games. I probably remember.
I
It was
okay. So the games were Lions and Vikings, Dolphins and Bucks. Yo, oh shoot. All right. So we had Dolphins and Bucks, Patriots and Texans, Browns and Chargers, 49ers and Cardinals. I feel like we picked that game, but I could be wrong. Bills and Chiefs, we picked that. Jets and Falcons, we didn't pick that. Packers and Bengals, we picked that. Broncos and Steelers, we didn't pick that. Saints and Washington, we didn't pick that. Um, Eagles and Panthers, we picked that. Titans and Jaguars, we didn't pick that. Uh, Bears and Raiders, I don't think we picked that. Did we pick that?
I think it was that
I
game,
don't think we
dog.
picked
I
that.
don't remember. Are you sure,
If it
dog?
was if it was the Bears and the Raiders, we
Nah,
both
actually,
lost because we didn't pick the Bears. Like I know we wouldn't have picked the Bears to win because
bro, it was Bears Raiders. We both chose Raiders. I think
exactly.
that's the
Okay.
game.
So if that's the game, then we lost. We tied again.
We tied. bro,
Nah,
bro.
that's crazy, man. I'm telling you, it's rigged, bro. We're just not meant to.
Bro,
We're just not meant to win against each other, bro.
it's gonna be a tie every week. Yeah, that game it wasn't too exciting, but I like the jail I think the kind of the game plan, with 20 passes for Justin Fields. That's kind of working like 20 to 30 passes around their game management. Defense, lean on the defense and Khalil Mack and them boys playing well on defense. I think that formula's kind of working. Like everyone was, oh, Matt Nagy should get fired. He should get fired. But I mean, if they just game manage the game and play defense and just have him do enough to win the game, they could sneak a few wins on some teams. So I was definitely expecting the Raiders to win. I think we both chose Raiders unanimously. Said it wasn't going to be close, but we were totally wrong on that one. But I think it was coming off the whole week with John Gruden getting fired and the emails, which is pretty crazy. And then that story came out on Friday, and then they played Sunday. And then after the game, they fired him. So I'm like, oh, the team wasn't there. So I feel like, man, like we should have won that game, but we didn't see that drama coming.
Yeah.
And that definitely killed that game.
Yeah. I mean, like, shoot, it's really hard to see those things coming, man. I mean, like, how would we have known? There's just a lot of distractions that went on in the locker room with them, and I guess that's what really caused this. But I mean, salute to Justin Fields, man. The more experience that he's getting, man, it seems that he's looking better. From the time that the Bears announced that Justin Fields is going to be the starter, I was a little, both were fearful for him because we're thinking, you have two veteran quarterbacks in the locker room. Why wouldn't you play the veteran and protect your rookie? But sometimes, it's best to throw out your rookie. It's best to get his feet wet and get, give him the most amount of experience as possible. So, yeah, it's good to see. And Justin Fields is only going to get better. If we look at it, I mean, he really only threw the ball about 20 times. He was
exactly.
yeah, he was yeah, he was like 12 for 20. So I mean, but like, it's easing him into things, right? It's easing him into things. He's a dual threat as well. So you don't really need him to throw the ball too many times. You can have some designed runs for him as well. So yeah, again, it's good to see, and a shout out to Chicago for earning that victory.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised. Like you said, like they can have some RPOs in plays that he's very comfortable with. Obviously with him using his legs a lot as well, but I think that's the game plan they're gonna use. Win or lose, he's gonna throw the ball 20 times a game. That's like his cap. Like maybe some games, depending on the nature of the games they're behind, they might throw the ball more, but they're gonna throw the ball 20 times. They're gonna run the ball a ton. A lot of RPOs with him running the ball, zone read options. And so that's gonna be the game plan, I think, for every game, win or lose. So they're kind of really leaning on their defense, which that's what most people thought they're going to do this year, lean on their defense, whether they had Nick Foles or Andy Dalton playing, was, have the QB, whoever it is, game manage the ball and then rely on their defense, which, they have like a star like Khalil Mack on there. So if they do that game plan, they might sneak a few wins throughout the year. So yeah, fam, we tied again, dog. We tied
Man,
again.
this is ridiculous now, man. I'm telling you, yo, there's something rigged here, man. There's something
Oh my
rigged here.
goodness.
But yo, did you watch the Ravens and the Colts game? Jeez, that was another candidate for yo, week 5 in general just had so many awesome games, bro. Like
Bro,
Lamar Jackson, bro. Yo, this guy is different, bro. Lamar Jackson is this man's a baller. Like, man, he's
bro,
dangerous with his arm, dangerous with his legs. Like, don't ever count that man out. Like, you may think you're up against Lamar Jackson. That little lead that you have is never safe, bro. Never safe with Lamar Jackson on the other bench, bro. The man threw 442 yards passing. All right. Then he had 62 yards rushing. Again, these numbers may be a little bit inflated because the game did go to overtime, but still amazing, bro. Like, yo, this guy is different, bro. Lamar for MVP, man. He's going up over Kyler Murray, man. Lamar for MVP, yo.
yeah, it'll be his second MVP as well. The thing is, I think he broke the record for the most. I think the highest percentage of for pass completions for a quarterback throwing for 400 yards and 4+ touchdowns. So no one else has ever done that. Not Mahomes. Like, I was shocked. I was like, Brady never did that. Aaron Rodgers never did that. I'm looking at back in the day, like Brett Favre, Dan Marino never did that. Like, what? Like Tom Brady didn't do that. I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's, like you said, that's showing how well he's developing as a passer. Definitely, there was a close game. Everyone thought the Colts were gonna win. I'm pretty sure the kicker, he missed the field goal. Like, Carson Wentz drove them down the field to kick the game-winning field goal, and he missed it, and then it went to overtime. So Carson Wentz didn't play too bad. He's actually looked like he's developing as well. But yeah, the story of the game is definitely Lamar Jackson. The way he threw the ball. I mean, if, like you said, if he can throw the ball like that, because think about it, they're creeping the secondary up and the linebackers up to protect the run because they know they like to run the ball. They're running team tight ends. Gus Edwards run the ball, but he's killing them with the pass now. So he's a double threat sword, man. So if he's able to kill him with the pass, so now the linebackers can't creep up. The secondary is not that close to the line of scrimmage. And then it's going to open up the run game, even for him running the ball, like we said, like RPOs and design runs. So, bro, they're going to be an unstoppable offense this year for sure.
Yeah.
MVP candidate.
Right. Man, we just put in our MVP votes this year, man. Lamar Jackson is MVP this year, bro. Yeah, man. It's just like, man, it's hard. It's so hard to defend against Lamar Jackson, bro. And I love the connection that he's building with Marquise Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown is really developing himself. He was experiencing a little trouble with drops earlier this year, but he came up in key moments, and became more of a reliable target and had a big game as a result, as well as, can't count out Mark Andrews as well. A great tight end, man. I mean, like, he's up there with he has to be up there with Travis Kelce and Darren Waller and the great tight ends out there, man. Mark Andrews, legit, bro. Like, I mean, if you look at the stats, I mean, Mark Andrews had like 11 receptions for 147 yards, yo. That was Lamar's favorite target right there. and for good reason. That man was catching everything. Marquise Brown was just, a tad under that. Still great game. 9 receptions, 125 yards. Yo, like these guys are putting up video game numbers. Marquise and Mark Andrews are also from the same university too. They both went to Oklahoma. So I mean, shout out to Oklahoma, the factory pushing out some great football players, man.
Yeah, and that was actually like a pretty good game over the weekend. I don't know if you saw that, the Oklahoma game. I think it was Oklahoma, Texas, so the Red River rivalry.
Yep.
Yeah, they benched
Spencer Rattler.
they put in Caleb, yeah, Spencer Rattler, and they put in Caleb Williams.
Yep.
And I was like, damn, like Spencer Rattler is a Heisman candidate. He's supposed to be like a top draft pick, but Caleb Williams might be even better, which shows you the talent they have. Like they have two great QBs.
Mhm.
And so that's gonna be weird. Like something has to give. Like, okay, you're gonna play Caleb Williams, but Spencer Rattler is also talented. So will he stay as a backup? Will they use two QBs? Will he transfer? Like that's kind of an interesting situation because they have two good QBs there. But yeah, Oklahoma is definitely a factory. But yeah, back to the Ravens. Yeah, that was Mark Andrews looking good. Hollywood Brown, they were saying, oh, like the whole offseason, they need a number one receiver. That's why they went out and got Sammy Watkins. They thought Hollywood Brown wasn't a number one receiver, which the jury still could be out. But I mean, this year he's playing well. And so he's making his case like, hey, yo, I am that number one receiver. You can give me the ball this much times, whether I'm on the outside or playing in the slot. So he's definitely making that case that, he's quieting that noise that was happening in the offseason regarding his playmaking abilities.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's great to see him develop it, bro. And so I want to touch back on the Oklahoma Texas game, bro. I mean, that game was just a crazy, man. That game was amazing. It really went down to the wire. Like, due to Oklahoma making a comeback in OT, and with them making the quarterback replacement. What I think they're gonna do is they're going to move forward with the young, yeah, with
Caleb
Caleb
Williams.
Williams, yeah, and Spencer Rattler might be out of a starting job and may need to hit the transfer portal. It's not looking too good for him. I mean, he was once a Heisman hopeful, and I don't think that he can enter the draft this year as well, man. He's going to need another year because this definitely hurts his draft stock. Um, Man, it's just a heavy, like a huge decline, bro. It's not looking too good for him, man. I hope for the best for him, but it's not looking too good, man. And this guy was supposed to be what? He's supposed to be probably taking what, first overall? That's what he's
that's the
projected as.
that's what they're saying because they said like the way he could throw the ball, kind of like Kyler Murray or Russell Wilson, in terms of like the angles that he can throw at and the velocity and whatnot. Like you said, yeah, like he probably needs to, because think about Caleb Williams, he's a true freshman. So if they go with him, that means they're sticking with him for the next 3 years. Like
Mhm.
he's our guy for the next 3 years. He's a freshman. And so Spencer Rattler probably needs to transfer. And cause I think now you can transfer without sitting out a year. So he can transfer and play right away. So he might transfer and hopefully he gets like a good fresh start and be able to put himself back in the Heisman hopeful for next
Yeah,
year.
yeah, man. Prayers up to Spencer Rattler, man. I mean, you know, because that definitely, man, when your draft stock gets hurt, man, that hurts your pockets too, bro, because you're definitely not going to be getting that much money. So let's hope, he's able to salvage that, and make a nice campaign again for himself, at whatever school he chooses. Um, yeah, because I've been hearing a little, talks here and there where it's like, oh, he's overrated, things like that. So I'm just hoping that he can prove those haters wrong. But yeah, that was the end for our week 5 predictions, man.
Fine. Yeah, it was a tie. But I think this
Yeah,
week we should choose another 5 games. But we should
yeah,
probably go to the 5 games quicker.
yeah. We should go
Um,
quick, like just give our thoughts.
yeah.
I mean, just make our selections, not really elaborate, because I know we trying to make this a little bit shorter. Um, I
Fam, it's already been an hour.
oh shoot.
So
Wow.
it's still gonna be the same length.
Okay, well, bless.
Yeah,
All right.
we're good.
All right, okay. So Bucks and Eagles obviously played. So we have the Dolphins and the Jaguars, Bengals and the Lions, Texans and the Colts, Chiefs and the Washington
Ooh.
football team, Cardinals and the Browns. That's gonna be a good one. Um, Packers and the Bears, Rams and the Giants, Vikings and the Panthers, Chargers and the Ravens, another great game. Raiders and the Broncos, I think that's going to be an interesting game too. Um, Cowboys and the Patriots, that's going to be a pretty good game, I feel. And Seahawks and the Steelers. Oh, and there's also Bills and
Ooh.
the Titans too.
There's
So
so many goals games.
I guess
What was the
I'll
first one? Yeah,
I
pick the
guess I'll
first good
pick
one.
I'll pick the first good one. So um
The Cardinals
the
game.
Cardinals and the Browns would be the first interesting one, I'd say. And my thought here would be I'm gonna go with that hot hand, Kyler Murray. We're going with the Cardinals, man. Yeah, Cardinals against Browns, man. The Cardinals taking this. Um, I just feel like, I don't want to elaborate too much, but I just feel like Kyler Murray is just more um exciting. He's more he just has more variety to his game than Baker does. And that's gonna prove to be the factor, the overwhelming factor to um take this W against Cleveland. So what do you think?
Is the game in Cleveland or is the game in Arizona?
So let's see here. I know I had my predictions wrong. Sorry, I was given the wrong home field information before, but it's going to be at First Energy Stadium. So it's going to be in Cleveland, Ohio.
Dog, I gotta go upset. I gotta keep choosing upsets here because someone has to break this tie, bro. I'm going I'm going Cleveland. It's in Cleveland, the dog pound.
Mm,
Browns hearing that noise. Oh, I think they're hearing that noise about Odell as well. I think he's gonna feed Odell early. I think the game plan is give Odell the ball early, whether it's play action and he's running a deep seam route or a go route or a post or a corner. I think they're gonna come out, looking for Odell, Beckham, and I feel like the Browns they're gonna run the ball. They got Nick Chubb. They got a decent O line. They got a game plan. Stick to the game plan. Run the ball, game manage the ball, same like they did last week. Put up points. Their defense has got to play well. So I think at home with that crowd, the defense is gonna come up to the challenge and they're gonna squeak out a win. I think it might come down to the last possession again. I'm gonna call that. I
yeah.
think Browns win that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's gonna be a close game. I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it at this. Baker is never going to be the one to force the ball down the field to Odell. He's not gonna be that guy. No matter all the media noise, nothing. He's not that guy. He's not gonna force it. He's not gonna spoon feed Odell. I don't know why. They just have this off connection, and I just feel like Baker's not changing. He's comfortable in the system that he plays in, and he's not gonna force feed it to Odell. So Odell is gonna find himself out of there.
let's
Next,
see. Let's see.
yeah, we'll see. Next game, um, so Packers and the Bears, we can go with that one. Um,
Yeah, I think we're both gonna. Is in Green Bay, right?
let's see here. So the game is going to be in Chicago, actually. So it's going to be at Soldier Field.
Bro, either way, I'm going with the Packers, bro. That's not even. I know last week I chose the. We both chose against the Bears. Like I said though, like they're gonna, like I said, Justin Fields gonna throw the ball 20 times. They're gonna run the ball, control the clock. But dog, Aaron Rodgers is gonna put up points. He's gonna put pressure on them to play from behind. He's gonna have to throw the ball more than 20 times, so
Mhm.
that he's gonna have to make their offense kind of adjust. So I think that the Packers offense is going to dictate the game and they're going to score points, which is going to put a lot of pressure on on Justin Fields to make a lot of difficult throws and force the ball down the field. So I'm definitely going Aaron Rodgers and Packers in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I hate to go against the Bears again. I hate to go against Justin Fields, but yeah, it's too much on Green Bay side that will be too overwhelming for Chicago. You got former MVP Aaron Rodgers. Um, Justin Fields is going to be too much of a game manager. He's not going to be able to put enough points up to win against Green Bay. So yeah, sorry, I'm taking way too much time. Sorry about that. I'm taking
Nah,
up
it's all
way too
good.
much time, bro.
It's
I
all good.
next game. Um, let's pick the no, this game's too easy. Let's pick Chargers and the Ravens, bro. How you feel about Chargers and the Ravens? What's your
Ooh,
pick there?
is the game at LA? Actually, I won't even matter
So
because
it's yeah, it really I don't think it matters too much, but it's going to be in Baltimore, so M&T Bank Stadium.
man, I don't want to go against Lamar, but dog, I don't know. Like they're both
Uh,
playing really well, bro.
yep.
Oh man, I don't want to go against our boy Lamar, but bro, I'm gonna choose the upset.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go Chargers, fam. I'm gonna go Justin Herbert, dog.
I like it. I like
I'm gonna
that.
go Chargers on this one, bro. Chargers. Justin Herbert plays well. Lamar Jackson plays well too. I think it's gonna be another shootout. Hopefully this time, the Chargers, they'll be the team that comes out on the winning end again. So I'm gonna go Chargers. Win game winning field goal.
Mhm. I'm gonna go against you, bro. I like that. I like that we're disagreeing here. I'm gonna go with the Ravens, man. MVP Lamar Jackson he's gonna do what it do, man. He's gonna again. I don't feel like the Chargers defense can contain him, and I feel like the Ravens defense may be able to have a little something for our boy Justin Herbert. So due to the fact that Lamar is an extreme dual threat, a threat on both ends, either running it or passing it, man, it's gonna be a high scoring game. I feel it's gonna be a high scoring game, and it's gonna come down to the last possession. And I feel like Lamar is gonna duke it out, man. He's a winner. Always stays cool, calm, and composed in the late moments. Um, I'm not gonna go against him. So yeah, we have our disagreement there. All right.
Game 4. Is
So
it game
that's
3 coming up or game
that's
4?
that's game three because we had Cardinals and Browns, and then we had Packers and Bears, and then Chargers and Ravens. So game four should be hmm, I'm not gonna go for Cowboys and Patriots because I feel like we both gonna have the same on there. Seahawks and Steelers, I feel like nah,
Ooh,
I don't really
oh, but I think he's out for like 6 games. Russell
he's
Wilson is gonna be
out.
Geno Smith.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna pick that game. I'm gonna pick Raiders and the Broncos because Teddy B is
Ooh,
healthy, and you got Derek Carr, and
bro.
you got the Broncos D. Who do you got?
It's tough because I feel like the Raiders losing their coach and having a new coach come in might
Mhm.
impact the team a lot. They're on a 2-game losing streak ever since they started off 3-0. So they're
Mhm.
3-2 right now, I believe. But if the game is at LA, if it's in Las Vegas, sorry, I keep thinking they're still in LA. If the game is at
It's gonna be
Las
in Denver,
Vegas,
actually.
ooh,
Yeah.
bro, bro, I think it's gonna be the Raiders. I think the Raiders are gonna win. I think
Okay.
Derek Carr bounces back. It's a kind of a must-win game. They
It
start
would
losing
be.
3 in a row. It kind of gets dicey there. I think their backs are against the wall, and
Mhm.
so Derek Carr comes out, plays well. Team kind of answers a lot of the noise from John Gruden. Kind of silences the fans. I'm gonna go Raiders here. Yeah, I know I always pick against Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah,
Keeps
you
burning me,
do.
but yeah, I'm gonna go Raiders again.
All right. Well, I like this. I like this. I like that we're disagreeing because I'm gonna go with Denver here. Um, I'm just a Teddy Bridgewater fan too. Yeah, I'm not as high on him as the other quarterbacks that I like to stand for, but I just feel like Teddy is reliable, and I feel like they're both in the same situation here. Denver is coming off two losses as well. They're 3-2, and Las Vegas Raiders are 3-2. So it's a must-win game for the both of them. And because Denver also has that home field advantage, they're gonna. I feel like it's more likely for them to win. So I'm gonna just stick with Denver. And yeah, I like that we're disagreeing here. We're actually gonna get somewhere. We're actually gonna see who wins this week. All right, so
Alrighty.
we got that. So that's the fourth game, and then the fifth game that I'll choose will be Monday Night Football's game, and that's going to be the Bills and the Titans. So that's also an interesting game to me too. Um, and that game is going to be in, I believe it's going to be in Buffalo. Actually, sorry, it's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. It's going to be at Nissan Stadium.
I don't know. Go against Josh Allen. Like I said, they're playing really really well. The Titans did bounce back last week with a win, I believe.
Mhm.
I think they might be 2-3 or 3-2. I'm not sure. But either way, they're um 5 games in. They're not really playing as expected, but I think they kind of have momentum based off their win last week. I think it's gonna be a grudge match. Two good teams. I think I'm gonna have to go Titans on this one. I know it's the unpopular pick. Most people are probably going Bills. You're probably going Bills,
Yep.
but I don't know. I feel like the Titans they're gonna start playing better. I feel like last week they kind of found something, found some good chemistry. Get back to the style of play they were playing last year. I think they carry that momentum into this weekend and get the W.
Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills, man, and I like this. I like this a lot. Um, Bills, I feel like, yeah, because they're coming into another actually, yeah, they're coming into this week off a high note, getting a big win against the Chiefs. They're probably on, they're probably under a high horse now, they're probably on a high in general. Um, I feel like this is gonna that win against Kansas City, because it was such a huge win. It's given Josh Allen confidence. I remember seeing the little clip when they nearing the final seconds of the game against the Chiefs. You saw everyone on the sideline dancing like they were geeked. Like did you see like Stephon
Yeah.
Diggs was dancing,
Yeah.
bro? He was doing his little thing, like. I'm like, yo, these guys are mad happy, yo. Like I can tell, that like that win really meant a lot to them, and it's only gonna push toward their momentum on the overall season. So I feel like they're not scared of going anywhere on the road, especially going into a hostile environment such as the Chiefs Stadium. So if they're going into Nashville, Tennessee, man, they ain't scared, and they gonna bring it out. So yep, I love the disagreements there, bro. And we'll definitely see who wins. We'll definitely see who wins.
Yeah, as y'all know, it's gonna be me. We should do a vote, a poll. Who do you think is gonna win this week?
Yeah,
Josh
yeah,
and his picks, or me and my picks. Let's see. We gotta break the tiebreaker. We gotta break it. We gotta break it.
yep. And
Bragging
yeah,
rights on the line.
it's definitely getting broken after this week. So y'all, we will see who's the real NFL guru amongst the two of us. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh man. But yeah, that's our we did our recap and our predictions. Sprinkled in a little bit of NBA, a little bit of college football. We appreciate you guys spending the time to listen to us. Like I said, we're gaining some new followers. Hopefully, we gain some more in this next coming week. We'll try to put out some more clips this week, so some more content. Just break it up a little bit. So we'll put out the full podcast, but also break it up into segments as well, into our clips. So yeah, look out for that. And yeah, we're coming every week with this hot content. All your NFL recaps, previews, predictions, and NBA as well.
Yes, sir. So yeah, thank you again for all the support. Denver and I really appreciate it. Yo, keep liking, keep subscribing. We're only gonna come out with just more content. We'll be consistent for you guys. Um, Yeah, so shout out to you guys. It's all love. And we'll catch you on the next podcast, man. So peace, man, and
All right,
blessings.
peace, peace, y'all, peace, peace.